Chicago, in DC, in Maryland, in Tokyo. It's because they have standard operating procedures that every time their customers interact with their brand, they have the same experiences. Small businesses have to implement those things too. Standard operating procedures. So when you're not there, your people know how to problem solve, they know how to sell, they know how to make exchanges, and they know how to talk to the customers. It's all about an experience. People will pay more for an experience. They'll pay more if you make them feel good. And so you have to determine what your experience is for your customers. And so those are some of the things that we talk about. The other big piece of this book is we've identified 9 themes that most businesses can tell their stories around. And so an example of that is when you think of Nike, right? Nike never tells you about the traction on their shoe. If you think about a good basketball shoe and what a good basketball shoe would require, they never sell any of that. They don't tell you what the fit is, they don't tell you what the traction is, they don't tell you what materials are made in the sneaker. They put a superstar there, and their message is just do it. They sell inspiration, right? They sell the notion of I can do this. And each of you have a theme that you may be sitting on or that you're not familiar with, that if you understand what that theme is, every time you engage, that's what you sell. And so that's really what we do here. We just want people to be consistent. We believe that every time, Shay's not here, but we have these conversations all the time. An idea, every one of you who started your business, right, it wasn't to make money. I mean, even though that's the goal, right? The goal is to be able to sustain yourself. But it was given to you, right? When you're inspired with an idea, we believe that that is God, the spirit, universe, telling you that this is what's needed and you are the person to do it. And so you also have a responsibility to make sure that you're operating on a much larger scale so that the people who need your services, the people who need your story, can access it. And this is what helps it. One of my favorite business stories is the Starbucks story. And if you get a chance, the book is called Onward. It's a great business book because he went to his boss. He worked for a company called Starbucks. He went to his boss and he said, and Starbucks at that time was just a coffee bean company. And he went to his boss and he said, I have an idea. And the boss was just like, I don't like that idea. And so he left his company, and he started just a small cafe in Seattle, right? And so what's important about that is a couple of things. Like I think about that often is, sometimes when people say it's not a good idea, you listen to them. If he had listened to them, he would have never left, he would have never started that cafe. And when you think about Starbucks, it's a multinational organization. Why is that important? I can't recall his name right now, but the gentleman who started Starbucks grew up in Canarsie. His father was a day worker, and he slipped one day on some ice when he was delivering milk, and because he was a day worker, he didn't get paid. And so his father, their family only made money when the father worked. And so when he created Starbucks, he became the first company to give full health insurance to part-time workers, right? And so that's why your story is important. It's important for you to fulfill your journey and for you to fulfill your goals. But the reason that the universe gave it to you is you can't even see who you're supposed to be impacting and who you're supposed to be serving. And so that's why it's important for you to focus, stay consistent, and grow to serve all the people that you are intended to serve. We're not meant to stay small. Najami just said this. We're meant to exist in as big as we can in the spaces that God has given us to deliver. And so I would love to be able to work with Monique, and Najami and I were brainstorming to just do some sessions in the community to let people understand the importance of this so that you can operate like a Starbucks, like an Apple, and like any other business. We need to build more wealth in our communities, and telling your story is the first step in doing that.
That was great. That was great. Wow, thank you. Sonia, don't go anywhere.
Two things. Questions? Anybody have questions?
How much is the book?
Oh, the book is $45. The book is $45. But I would love to do something where if you get enough purchases, Shay and I can come back and do an hour training to show you how to fill out the book. Because you can use this book, once you fill it out, you can use it to train and have it, the other challenge with businesses, small businesses, is because you're managing so many things at once, you keep everything up in your head. And so it's hard for you to let your support. Sometimes it's a cousin, sometimes it's a husband, sometimes it's, different people, and everybody's going to be operating differently. Everybody in your organization has to be on one page.
Thank you. One more question.
What's your Instagram?
Oh, Instagram, thank you, is Sonia Allayne, SoniaAlleyne, that's my personal, and Storytellers Magic we're on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm on LinkedIn as well. I Kick Ass at Work, that's my second, so I also do career development, and my second book was called I Kick Ass at Work, which was a journal for young professional women to just understand their value in the workplace and to be able to access more opportunities at work.
Excellent. Give her a hand.
Woo!